there are no evidence that the British pounds will start growing. The British pound is going against the Swiss franc. Look at this chart, what is happening to the British pound for last 50 years. The British pound since 1971 went down from almost 7 Swiss francs per 1 British pound to 6, to 5, to 4, to 3, to 2, to 1. And today, 1 British pound costs 1 Swiss franc. The same situation is with the Australian and Canadian and New Zealander dollar. Those I've mentioned just now lost to 0.5 Swiss franc per 1 Australian dollar and 0.6 Swiss francs per 1 Canadian dollar. If that will happen in next few years, what happened in last few years, the British pound will go down below 1 Swiss franc per 1 pound. This is actually a very good indicator for the British economy, for the British standard of life. It shows clearly how the Great Britain is going down against all other economies around the world. This is not a fault of Britain itself, but before, in the past, Great Britain and the British pound was strong and large. The economy was large, the British pound was strong, but the growth around the world, the technology, airplanes, fast roads, fast cars, fast trains, of course internet, the connection between other economies and loss of influence by Great Britain, which is actually very small and it's not great anymore and never been great, as the Great Britain is a small island size of Estonia, Lithuania and Latvia altogether, which are considered very small countries. Great Britain, the colonies of Great Britain were large, but now this is just a small island with a bunch of people that are using the British pound, and the British pound is going down against Swiss franc every year, every week. Well, there may be possibility that, like in 1971, the British pound will go up a little bit, and even that is possible for British economy to recover somehow. But I don't believe it, because there are no signs of the British economy to go up in any way compared to this what is happening around the world. The world is going up. The Asian, African and many European countries are going up. The most important influence around the world was the British pound once. Today, it is no more the case. Nobody wants British pound. Everybody wants gold, crypto, and other currencies. People don't need British pound anymore. There is euro, there is dollar, there is gold, and there is crypto. And there are other currencies such as Swiss franc. And if you've been buying Swiss francs for last 50 years, you would only gain and gain and gain and gain. Even if you have something in the United Kingdom that is growing 1-2% per year, counted in British pounds, valued in British pounds, that doesn't mean you are actually gaining wealth, because British pound itself, it is losing against, let's say, Swiss franc, and also it is losing strongly against gold. This is chart of the gold. This chart shows clearly how weak is British pound. In 2006, 1 ounce of gold was less than £300. Today, it is almost £2,500. £2,500, actually £2,442 per 1 ounce of gold. Actually, the gold coin cost even more than that, as the gold coins cost more than the official data. So, in last few days, actually the British pound reached as high as 2,488 British pounds per 1 ounce. It is disaster for British pound holders, as even high interest rate, which is quite high compared to its original standards that we used to in last 15-20 years. Today, the interest rate on the British pound is 4.5. But the British pound is losing against euro, but the euro has interest rate 2.65. 2.65. The British pound is losing, as I showed you just a few seconds ago, to Swiss franc that has interest rate of 0.25. 0.25. So it is zero, but it is losing against the Swiss franc. So all people who want to keep currency in the pocket, under the mattress, not in the bank with the interest rate, will go for Swiss franc, as the Swiss franc is going up against the British pound just organically, naturally. This is what is happening to the British pound. And of course, if the people now, there is big movement of the Eastern Europe, well, of the Central Europeans, Czechs, Slovaks, Lithuanians, Estonians, Hungarians, Croatians, who are coming back to their countries to buy pure gold and keep the gold in Czech deposits, Swiss deposits, Austrian deposits, Hungarian deposits, Polish deposits. This is what is happening at the moment. They don't buy even gold in Great Britain, as the gold in Great Britain is very dirty. And you will not be able to get your gold outside of the Great Britain if something will happen to you. So they are using the pure gold, let's say, bought in Poland. They're buying in Poland, Czech Republic, and they are holding it around those countries. Switzerland, Austria, Czech Republic, Poland. This is what is happening at the moment. So people understand. That's why the British pound been losing in last 20 years strongly. But when that started, actually in 1971, 1 ounce of gold was 15 British pounds. Today, as we can see on this chart, it is almost 2,500 pounds. Can you imagine that? If that will happen again in next 50 years, so 1 ounce of gold in next 50 years will be 200k. How on earth it is possible? Well, it is possible because Great Britain is printing money all the time. They are printing the empty British pound. They are lowering interest rate. But 30 years ago, the pound yet had some influence. People remembered British pound as the imperial currency, but now it is over. That's why the British pound is going down. It is not my own idea, but I am explaining you why the British pound in last decades been losing strongly. British pound in last few decades, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, been losing because they are printing, because of the low interest rate, because, of course, the Great Britain, the economy of Great Britain is going down against emerging markets, and that will not be stopped. This will not stop. It will go on. It will go on. This is what is happening now. Please subscribe my channel, as I need your subscription. Thank you very much. I hope to see you soon. Have a nice day and good luck.